does anger management counseling work? If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you might be considering getting some help with your anger. You might be considering doing an anger management course or joining an anger management group. And in this video, I'm going to answer the question, does anger management really work? Or is anger management really effective? So stick around and we'll jump right in. Hey there, my name is Cody Mitz. I'm a licensed counselor and I specialize in anger management counseling. And I'm going to share with you an answer to the question, does anger management counseling really work? Now, I've been doing a series of videos on the topic of anger, so if you find this helpful or if you have other questions that you want to get answered, you can go on over to my channel and check out some of the other videos on different topics related to anger and to anger management. So to answer this question, I think we have to start by talking about what can you really expect to accomplish or to get out of anger management counseling. And are there any unrealistic expectations that you might have, or are there things that you may not even expect to get from anger management counseling? So one expectation that sometimes people have when they go into anger management is assuming that you'll never get angry ever again, or assuming that you'll never have an incident where you lose control of your anger. And I think that's unrealistic. I don't want to set you up with a goal that you can't accomplish. So go into it thinking, what does healthy anger look like in your life? And when can anger be a helpful emotion? Now, some practical things that I think you can expect to get from anger management that are a little bit more concrete is looking to decrease the intensity of your anger or looking to decrease the frequency of your anger. What I mean by that is, one, the intensity. So it's simply how intense or how high does your anger get when you're getting upset. Because if your anger is getting to a super high level, it's becoming destructive, you're getting violent or aggressive, it's doing something that's really unhelpful or really unhealthy. That's a really big problem to struggle with. And so I think that you can expect to decrease the intensity of your anger and to learn how to bring that emotion down to a more tolerable or a more helpful level of anger. Now, the second part of that is lowering the frequency of anger. And what I mean is decreasing how often you feel angry on a normal, regular basis. So if you're walking around and feeling irritated, frustrated, annoyed on a regular basis, that's something that you probably want to change and something that I think you can change. But again, I don't think we can eliminate anger altogether. I don't think that you'll never feel this emotion. And I would even say I don't think it's healthy to never experience anger. Anger can be a positive emotion, it can be a productive emotion when you're able to regulate it in a healthy way. So the way that anger management will help you accomplish these goals is by teaching you the skills that you need to regulate or to control this emotion. Because anger it's just an emotion in your life. So similar to any other emotion that you experience, you just need to learn the skills to be able to control it. The word I like to use a lot is to be able to regulate it. So you want to know how to regulate this emotion in your life. And that's what anger management will do. It will teach you some practical ways to do that. It will teach you some skills, give you some things that you can work on and really practice in order to be able to control your emotions in a more healthy way. And perhaps the most important thing that can often come from anger management is just getting some support. So I run an anger management group that meets on a weekly basis, and the people who come to that group really love the fact that they're able to be in a room with peers and with people who are struggling with something very similar to you. You know, anger is an emotion that often doesn't get talked about, or it's an emotion that sometimes we're ashamed to show in front of other people, or we feel guilty if we show it in front of other people. So getting some support from a counselor or getting support from a group can be a really helpful thing to know that you're not the only person that struggles with this emotion. So if you are struggling with the emotion of anger, I want to encourage you to take the risk of reaching out to getting some help or getting some support. That could be from a support group, that could be from a therapist or a counselor who specializes in anger management. But don't be afraid to reach out, because there are lots of people who struggle with this emotion. You're not alone in that. Thanks for sticking around and checking out this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I would love to talk with you. I would love to answer your questions. And if you need some other resources, down in the description below, I have some other free resources for you. One is an anger management guide that will give you some tools that you can read through, or you can join our online free anger management support group. Those are in the description down below. Until later, take good care of yourself.